Hi guys, Laura here. I'm here today to do a non-spoiler review of Katie McGarry's Breaking All the Rules. This book was the sequel novel to Pushing All the Limits, which followed Echo and Noah. This is technically considered a new adult novel because they do follow them after they're teenage, like after high school. So it does have a little bit of mature content, and that's not normally my thing. But I liked it because I was already so invested in the characters, it really didn't bother me. It was a really interesting dynamic to see these characters in such a different world, to see how their relationship progressed and how things changed, but still things were still very much alike. Basically, what the book was about is that Echo and Noah went on this road trip adventure to sell her art at these galleries across the Midwest. And they went together and they traveled, and Echo had these adventures, and Noah had all these adventures. But it was basically about them seeing if they could last as a couple outside of high school. And I thought it was really interesting because not only did it really focus on that, but it also set up the subsequent books in the series. Like, we got to see more of Beth, which I really like Beth, and I read Dare You To last year, and I really, really liked it. I think that's one of my favorite books Katie McGarry has wrote so far. So it was nice to see Beth again with Isaiah, and to see Isaiah again because I'm going to be reading Crash Into You soon, so just get a little bit more feedback on them. But it also made me really, really want Echo and Noah to work it out. And I like the presence of, like, the characters that came back. You didn't see them, like, you didn't see the father and you didn't see, like, Miss the counselor person, but they were still such a present in the book, and I think that was interesting to me. So, like, to see them and see that they still had an effect on the life, and that just because high school's over, your problems aren't automatically solved. And another thing I really liked about this book is that Echo and Noah had such differing opinions on things. Like, Noah really, really did not want Echo to be with her mom, to get to know her mom, and Echo didn't want Noah to do things, and it was a really, like, interesting dynamic, and I like that. I thought that was really interesting to watch. And I also thought it was interesting to see how these two lives don't necessarily fit. Like, they aren't necessarily a cookie cutter romance, and that's kind of something interesting because not romances aren't like that. Romances aren't like, and I think sometimes in books they're like everything's so tied with a nice little bow. And even at the end of this book, it wasn't tied with a nice little bow. And I personally would love to see more of these characters. I know Katie McGarry said that it's unlikely at the moment because that would be venturing into adult territory, and she's never done that before. But I hope one day we do get to see these characters again, maybe in, like, a short mini novella or something like that. But I really do like Echo and Noah, and I don't know, maybe we'll see them in the subsequent novel in the series. Maybe I'll see them in Crush Into You and Take Me On. I don't know. I haven't read them yet, but I really do like these characters, and I know we did see them in Dare You To. So I'm excited to see, like, what comes of these characters. I really liked it. I love the journey, and I loved how at the end they still they changed so much. And I think that it was funny at the start because Noah Echo was like, I haven't changed. And by the end, you could really see the drastic difference and what was important to them. And that, like, struck me as really important. And I loved, getting to see characters, be in scenes and have interactions with that you didn't see in the first book. And I think it really changed how I viewed some of the characters. And I'm really, really excited to now read Crush Into You and get more into Isaiah's story. But overall, I really, really like this book. Katie McGarry is one of those rare writers that writes the teenage experience so well and so fluidly. And what I really like is that she doesn't shy away from hard topics. She deals with the foster system. She deals with drug use. She deals with alcohol abuse. She deals with jail. And I think that that's just such a strength of her writing. So if you haven't checked it and you read Pushing the Limits, I highly recommend you do. If you haven't read anything by Katie McGarry, start with Pushing the Limits and then follow the series subsequently. But it's a really, really good series. I hope you guys are having a good day. As always, check out my Twitter, my Goodreads, my Booklist blog, all down below. Have a very nice night, everyone. Bye.